The studio of Jimmy Kimmel Live buzzed with tense anticipation as Sistine Rose Stallone stepped onto the stage to thunderous applause. The crowd, gathered in expectation of another vibrant interview, had no inkling they were about to witness a moment that would shake Hollywood. Jimmy Kimmel, with his signature smile and sly glint in his eyes, seemed fully in command of the stage, but beneath his charm lurked a cold provocativeness. This evening was meant to be a routine promotion for Redemption's Edge, a critically acclaimed drama. But instead, it spiraled into a dramatic clash of principles, where one person stood firm in their dignity while another saw their years-long reputation crumble. Before we dive into this story, drop a comment with where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe to catch more gripping stories. Sistine stepped onto the stage, her tailored emerald dress catching the spotlights. Her warm smile and confident stride drew cheers. At 27, she'd carved a unique path in Hollywood, distinct from her legendary father, Sylvester Stallone. Her roles, often layered and introspective, mirrored her own depth, a woman of Italian-American roots who valued authenticity over fame. She waved to the crowd, settling into the chair as Jimmy, all charm and toothy grins, leaned forward. "Welcome, Sistine," Jimmy's voice boomed. "You're killing it out there. Redemption's Edge, early Oscar buzz, huh?" Sistine laughed softly, brushing a dark curl behind her ear. "I'm just honored to tell this story. It's about resilience, about standing up when the world tries to knock you down." The audience clapped, and for a moment, the vibe was perfect. Jimmy nodded, his eyes glinting. "Speaking of standing up, let's talk about what's been shaking Hollywood. You've heard about Sean P. Diddy Combs, right? Arrested, facing some heavy charges, human trafficking, sexual assault, the works. Wild stuff. What's your take?" The question landed like a jab. Lena, watching from the wings, froze. This wasn't on the approved list. Sistine's smile faltered, but she recovered quickly. "It's a serious situation," she said carefully. "The truth matters, and I hope justice is served for anyone affected. But I'm here to talk about Redemption's Edge, so maybe we can dive into that?" Jimmy chuckled, but it was sharp, almost mocking. "Oh, come on, Sistine. You're not going to dodge that one. You're a role model, right? People want to know where you stand on these big issues, like cancel culture. Don't you think it's getting out of hand? Or are you one of those woke Hollywood types?" The audience tittered nervously. A few gasps rippled through the crowd. Sistine's jaw tightened, but her voice stayed steady. "I believe in accountability, Jimmy, but I also believe in fairness and giving people a chance to grow. Can we talk about the film now?" Backstage, producer Mark Reynolds whispered to his assistant, "He's going off script." This could get messy. The control room buzzed with tension as monitors showed Sistine's composed face and Jimmy's growing smirk. Jimmy leaned closer, ignoring her redirect. "Fairness, sure. But let's get real. Your dad's a legend. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky himself. You've got that silver spoon, right? Some say you only got this role because of him. What do you say to that?" The crowd went silent. Lena's face drained of color. A crew member muttered, "He didn't just go there." Sistine's eyes flashed, but she sat taller, her voice calm yet steely. "I've worked hard for every role, Jimmy. My father taught me discipline, not entitlement. I earned Redemption's Edge through auditions, not favors. You know that." Jimmy's grin widened, sensing blood in the water. "Oh, don't get defensive. I'm just asking what everyone's thinking. Like, come on, you're young, you're gorgeous, you're a Stallone. You must get tired of people assuming you're just coasting. Or maybe you lean into it." The audience shifted uncomfortably. A woman in the front row whispered, "That's not fair." Sistine took a slow breath, her hands clasped tightly. "Jimmy, I came here to talk about a film I poured my heart into. A story about a woman who fights for her dignity. I'm not here to play games or defend my name against cheap shots." The crowd erupted in applause, but Jimmy waved it off, his tone turning colder. "Cheap shots? Sistine, this is Hollywood. If you can't handle tough questions, maybe you're in the wrong business. Let's try another one. You're big on authenticity, right? So, what's the deal with your love life? You've been dodging those tabloid rumors about you and that director. Spill the tea. The studio gasped. Lena stormed toward Mark, hissing, "Shut this down." But Mark shook his head, eyes glued to the monitors. "It's live TV. We can't." Sistine's face hardened, her voice dropping to a quiet, dangerous calm. "Jimmy, you're crossing a line. My personal life is private. We had an agreement about what's off limits. You're not honoring it." Jimmy scoffed, leaning back. "Oh, come on, don't be so sensitive. The audience loves this stuff. Right, folks?" He turned to the crowd, expecting cheers, but was met with scattered boos. A man in the back shouted, "Let her talk about the movie." Sistine stood, her movements deliberate. The cameras zoomed in, capturing the fire in her eyes. "Jimmy, I came here in good faith to share something meaningful. But you're not interested in that. You're chasing clicks, not conversation. I'm done with this." The audience roared with applause, some standing. Jimmy's face flushed, his charm cracking. "You're walking out? Really? That's what you call dignity?" Sistine paused, turning to face him. Her voice carried the weight of unshakable conviction. "Dignity is standing up for what's right, even when it's hard. It's respecting others, even when they don't respect you. And it's knowing when to walk away from someone who thinks humiliation is entertainment. You're not a host tonight, Jimmy. You're a bully." The studio exploded. Cheers, gasps, and shouts filled the air. Lena, tears in her eyes, clapped from the wings. Jimmy stammered, That's not fair." But his voice was drowned out. Sistine walked off stage, head high, as the band played awkwardly to fill the silence. Backstage, chaos erupted. Producers scrambled, yelling into headsets. "Cut to commercial," Mark barked. The control room buzzed as social media lit up. On X, Yakuner Sistine stands up trended within minutes. "Sistine Rose Stallone just schooled Jimmy Kimmel," one post read, racking up thousands of likes. "Jimmy's done. That was disgusting," another user wrote. Celebrities chimed in. Viola Davis posted, "Proud of @Sistine Stallone for showing what strength looks like." By the next morning, the clip had gone viral, amassing millions of views. News outlets ran headlines. Sistine Stallone's epic takedown of Jimmy Kimmel sparks outrage. Pundits dissected the moment, praising Sistine's grace and condemning Jimmy's overreach. Variety reported that Jimmy Kimmel Live lost 2 major sponsors within 24 hours, and ABC launched an internal review of the incident. Social media buzzed with debates about cancel culture, media ethics, and the power dynamics of Hollywood interviews. Jimmy issued a half-hearted apology on air the next night, but the damage was done. Ratings plummeted as viewers boycotted the show. Meanwhile, Sistine's stock soared. Fans flooded her socials with support, and Redemption's Edge saw a surge in ticket presales. At a press junket days later, Sistine addressed the incident with her trademark poise. "I don't regret standing up for myself. Respect isn't negotiable." The fallout sparked broader conversations. Op-eds explored the ethics of ambush journalism and the pressure on celebrities to endure public humiliation. On X, users debated, is cancel culture saving us from toxic hosts, or is it too harsh? One viral thread read, "Sistine showed us how to handle bullies with class." That's the real redemption story. As the dust settled, Sistine's moment became a cultural touchstone, a reminder that true strength lies in standing firm, even under the brightest lights. Jimmy Kimmel, once untouchable, faced a reckoning, while Sistine Rose Stallone emerged as a beacon of dignity in a world that often rewards spectacle over substance. What do you think of Sistine's stand? Should hosts like Jimmy face consequences, or is this just showbiz? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more stories of real strength in Hollywood. As Sistine Rose Stallone exited the Jimmy Kimmel Live stage, the studio's roar followed her. Backstage, her publicist Lena Carter rushed to her side, whispering, "You were incredible." Sistine nodded, her heart still racing, but her resolve unshaken. The crew, usually bustling, stood frozen, some nodding in quiet respect. A stagehand muttered, "Never seen anyone shut Jimmy down like that." The fallout was swift. Within hours, Jocelyn Sistine Stands Up dominated X, with clips of her speech racking up millions of views. Fans posted, "Sistine's my hero. She didn't let Kimmel bully her." Celebrities like Zendaya tweeted, "Respect to its Sistine Stallone for standing tall." Meanwhile, Redemption's Edge, her film about a woman's fight for justice, saw pre-sale tickets skyrocket as audiences connected her real-life courage to her role. Jimmy's team scrambled to contain the damage. His on-air apology the next night, "I got carried away, folks," landed flat, met with boos and scathing X-posts. "Too late, Jimmy. You showed your true colors." Sponsors pulled funding, and Variety reported ABC's internal probe into Jimmy's conduct. Ratings for Jimmy Kimmel. Live tanked, with viewers calling for accountability. "He crossed a line," one X-user wrote. "Time for new hosts who respect their guests." Sistine, meanwhile, became a symbol of defiance. At a press event days later, she spoke with quiet strength. "I stood up for what's right. Dignity isn't a prop. It's who I am." Her Italian-American roots, grounded in family and hard work, resonated with fans. Her father, Sylvester, called her privately, saying, "Kid, you made us proud." The incident sparked debates about Hollywood's power dynamics, with op-eds questioning why hosts like Jimmy felt entitled to ambush guests. "It's not entertainment, it's exploitation," one Rolling Stone piece argued. Social media amplified the discourse. Hashtags like #respect in Hollywood trended, and users debated cancel culture's role. "Is it justice or mob rule?" one thread asked. Yet most rallied behind Sistine, praising her for exposing the cost of unchecked egos. Jimmy's reputation took a lasting hit. Insiders whispered he was on thin ice at ABC. The broader impact lingered. Sistine's stand inspired discussions about media ethics and the pressure on stars to endure humiliation for fame. Her film's message of redemption felt prophetic, cementing her as a voice for authenticity. As one X-post put it, "Sistine didn't just walk off a stage, she walked into history." What's your take? Should hosts face consequences for crossing lines, or is it just showbiz? Drop your thoughts below and follow for more stories of courage in Hollywood.